Well, good morning. This morning I'm reading from the book of Proverbs. And as always, Proverbs is absolutely loaded with wisdom. And there's a fantastic proverb here in chapter 13 and verse 7. It says, "There is that maketh himself rich, yet hath nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet hath great riches." You know, some people make themselves out to be rich. The persona that they put forth, the stories that they tell, and what they do is they buy some expensive things that they can use to portray that. And you can see those things. Maybe it's an expensive vehicle they drive, expensive clothes they wear, whatever. But really and truly, they don't have a whole lot. And the Bible's telling us that sometimes you might see somebody dressed in pretty ragged clothes, and yet their bank account is absolutely loaded. And so it's a biblical proverb reminding us never ever to judge a book by its cover. And I'm reminded of an old Marty Robbins song. I don't know whether you've heard it or not, but it's called "The Cowboy in the Continental Suit." It's kind of funny, just like a lot of Marty Robbins. It's a ballad type song, and it's about this guy who shows up at this ranch to ride this bad horse that they call the Brute. But the guy's wearing a Continental suit. And I don't know about you, but I had to look that up. A Continental suit means that it's like Italian or French. It's not British, so it's from the continent of Europe. And in other words, he's wearing something that you might see somebody wearing in the big city, at a fancy restaurant, maybe a Wall Street kind of a person. And all the cowboys, when this guy shows up, they all snicker. Nobody says anything, but they all judge him. They snicker and they kind of giggle inside. And he climbs on this thing. It says there was rewarded $1,000 to anybody who could ride this horse. And it says the horse that he was looking for was in chute number 8. He walked up very slowly, put his hand upon the gate. He knew he was a thoroughbred when he pulled his sack of dukes from the inside pocket of his Continental suit. And he goes on and he says the buckskin tried to run him down, but the stranger was too quick. He stepped aside and threw his arms around the horse's neck and pulled himself up on the back of the horse they called the Brute. Sit like he was born there in his Continental suit. He goes on and he tells this great story. Anyway, he sums it up like this. The moral of the story, never judge by what they wear. Underneath some ragged clothes could be a millionaire. Everybody listen, don't be fooled by this galoot. This sure enough bronc buster in a Continental suit. You know, it ought to go without saying. But it's a great lesson for all of us to always remember. Never judge a book by its cover. Some people put out a particular air. Some people try to make themselves out to be something that they're not. Some people do that out of pride, and some people do that out of humility. There are some people that are broke as a church mouse, and yet they want you to think that they're loaded. And there are some people who truly are very, very wealthy people, but they don't want to put that out. They don't want for people to know that. They want to keep their financial situation private, and so they live their lives in that way. And it's just a great reminder that we need to remember that every man we meet, every woman we meet, every little boy, every little girl is a soul for whom Christ died, that is created in the image of God. And it really doesn't matter what kind of clothes we wear. It doesn't matter what the color of our skin is. It doesn't matter what our background is. It doesn't matter where we came from. What matters is that we're supposed to love people. And we need to love people enough not to judge them, not to condemn them, and to love them enough to share the gospel with them. Because no matter where we came from, no matter what our background or our religion is, every man, woman, boy, and girl needs Jesus Christ, needs to believe in him and be saved. So God bless you. Hope you have a great day.